So these people know they're doomed. Um, it's funny, you don't have to argue with Trump voters anymore because they know. When they talk amongst themselves, they know that things are not going great in this man's presidency. The only time they boast and flex their confidence is when they get around people from the left or people who did not vote for Donald Trump. The internet is very big, guys, okay? People are listening. I have been telling you that I sit in your spaces and listen to you guys talk. And I'm letting you know that I recognize that you understand how doomed everybody is if this administration continues acting the way they are acting. You don't want to say it because you voted for it, all right? You don't want to you don't want to believe that you made the wrong decision with your vote back in November. But you know it was wrong. And you know things have not been great. Things have been getting bad. But instead of admitting that, most Trump supporters have sort of defaulted into this thought process of, sure, things aren't great right now, but they will get better. It's all a part of some plan or some process. You also know that things are not going great because instead of acknowledging the illegalities of what Elon Musk is doing, because you know what he's doing is illegal, instead of acknowledging how scary it is for him to have access to every American citizen's personal information, you know that that's scary. Instead of acknowledging that, you all have created this idea that he's not trying to hurt anyone. He is just trying to expose the corruption of Democrats. See, when people know that they're guilty or they made a decision that they don't like, most of the times they don't try to acknowledge that. Instead, what they do is look for character flaws, look for corruption, look for any chink in the armor of the people they don't like. Notice how a lot of Trump voters have resorted to this line right here. All politicians are corrupt. Everybody is corrupt. They've been saying that more and more, have they not? Well, that right there is an admission of guilt. That right there is what's called hedging your bets. They need a justification for supporting all of the corruption and illegal activities of their party right now. So the way that they can swallow what's going on is by projecting that everybody's bad. If everybody's bad, nobody's bad. And the only people who like to do that are white Americans. White Americans who love to hold these other groups accountable for their mistakes. But when they are the one who makes mistakes, they like to diffuse the situation. Instead of acknowledging racism, they'll say, we're all equal and we all need to look at each other that way. Instead of acknowledging corruption, they'll say everybody's corrupt and we need to understand that nobody can be trusted. Instead of acknowledging their inadequacies and shortcomings, they'll say the government focuses too much on diversity and bringing people in without merit. All different ways to cover up the fact that they know full well that they are doomed. They know full well that this whole agenda, everything, this Project 2025, Trump administration, this whole reshaping of American society is not going to work. I'm just saying I can see full well how scared that you guys are. And the more that you try to loudly convince us that you are not, kind of makes it show up even more.